78 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty ldbc, Lions Den boxing community. For those who don't know, now you know. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe, also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. And if you're digging the video, go ahead and share this joint. Check it out, man. epic news, man. You cannot make this stuff up. You really can't, man. You just cannot make this stuff up, man. So for those of you guys who have actually been following the lightweight division for a few years now, you know how back and forth and how ridiculous the ducking has been down at lightweight, right? So those who know. Teofimo Lopez has been ducking Devin Haney for years and proudly doing so. And this is not hidden information. This information is right here on YouTube. You can look up articles. The man and his father have done everything in their power to avoid fighting Devin Haney, okay? So much so, let's go to the recent duck, okay? The recent duck, Devin Haney being the undisputed lightweight champion of the world, having all the belts by defeating George Kambosos, the man who beat Teofimo Lopez, correct? Now, Teofimo Lopez moves up in weight, fights Josh Taylor, destroys Josh Taylor. Congratulations, Teofimo Lopez. Excellent performance. No hate at all, right? Destroys Josh Taylor. But one of the rules that the WBO has is the champion from the smaller weight class can go up and directly challenge the champion in the higher weight class. So that means Devin Haney, being the undisputed champion, can challenge Teofimo Lopez for his title, right? So what Teofimo Lopez did was, as soon as he beat Josh Taylor, he immediately told anyone who would listen, I'm vacating the belt. I'm not the WBO champion anymore. I'm vacating. Okay? He told everyone he's vacating and that they can keep this. It's not enough money for him. Blah, 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 blah. It was all a tactic from the beginning to keep Devin Haney from saying he exercises his right to face the champion, Teofimo Lopez. Okay? Now, I know this all seems far-fetched to the people who haven't been following it, but just stick around and it all makes sense later. So, Devin Haney is in negotiations with Regis Prograis, okay, to fight for the Regis Prograis WBC 140-pound title. But out of nowhere, the WBO issues a 24-hour ultimatum to Devin Haney and to Teofimo Lopez to let them know whether or not they're going to face each other. Or, excuse me, Teo had 24 hours to let the WBO know if he was going to actually retire and vacate their belt, or was he going to keep the belt, okay? What we didn't know then was Devin Haney had 24 hours given him at the same time as Teo. So Devin is being told, hey, you need to let us know if you're going to move up and fight for our title or not. Otherwise, we're going to have Barboza face Ramirez for the vacant belt if Teo retires. Devin asked a reasonable request. Devin said, well, hey, do you mind if I get 24-hour extension so I can see what happens here? Because if Teo wants to keep his belt and wants to defend his title, I would love to fight Teo. You know what I'm saying? But these other guys, I don't know. Nope, they denied him. The WBO denied Devin Haney his request. Devin Haney even tweeted about it. As you can see from Boxing Scene, it says the WBO denies Haney request for a 24-hour extension to respond to the WBO 140-pound title ruling. Okay? All Devin wanted to do was have time to see what Teo was going to do. Because if Teo's keeping his belt, then, hey, I would like to fight Teo. You know what the WBO did? They denied Devin Haney's extension while secretly giving Top Rank a extension. See, Bob Arum wrote them and said, hey, I'm supposed to be talking to Teo later this week about his future. And they said, okay, that's fine. But they told Devin Haney he couldn't get no time. So Devin Haney said, you know what, fine. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to fight Regis Prograis since they're not giving me no extension. I'm going to fight Regis Prograis. As soon as that word that Devin Haney was going the WBC route, you know what happened? Teofimo Lopez crawls from underneath a rock somewhere, just slithers underneath some rock somewhere, and starts talking jazzy. This is what Teo says on Twitter. Yo, at Real Devin Haney, since you so quick to jump in the mix for my WBO championship belt, lies, absolute lies. You see how Teo's trying to create a narrative? Complete lie. Devin Haney wasn't in the mix. That's the WBO gave him 24 hours to decide what he was going to do. He didn't jump in your belts. Since you're so quick to jump in the mix for my WBO championship belt, let's make the fight happen so the world can see who is about the action. And no, you will not be the A side. I hold the king title of the division as well. So don't run away with an expletive, right? Devin Haney responded and said, let's do it. Teofimo Lopez says, came out of retirement, I guess, because the next move was for Devin Haney to fight Barboza for my WBO championship title at 140 pounds. F that. I'm tired of helping this kid be something he's not, and that's a real champion. Devin Haney responds to that by saying, your beep never retired in the first place. These are all facts. Let's see if you really want the smoke. I'm going to be a 140-pound champion regardless. You asked for $20 million last time my pops talked to you. Absolutely they did. Absolutely they did. It's on video, but, Devin Haney haters will pretend like they don't know what we're talking about or they've never seen that. Teofimo Lopez's father said that they want $20 million to fight Devin Haney, okay? A couple years ago, when they were both at lightweight, Lopez said they wanted $10 million to fight Devin Haney. All right? Now, I want to know where all this money is coming from to fight Devin Haney. If Devin Haney's so boring and he don't have no power, where are you guys finding all this money? Where's this money coming from to fight Devin Haney? But regardless of the fact, this is what's actually going on, ladies and gentlemen. Devin Haney has options. This is all good. And I believe that Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez fight will happen at 140 pounds. It might not happen next. Devin might have to go through Regis first, pick up that WBC belt if he's able, and then fight Teofimo Lopez in a unification bout, which will be a blockbuster at 140 pounds. At that point, I think all of these big fights that we wanted to see 3 years ago, 2 years ago at 135 can now happen at 140. You see, that includes Gervonta Tank Davis. We heard some excellent news from Steven Espinoza. Steven Espinoza said in an interview earlier today, he said, well, by the time y'all see this video, it'd been yesterday, Steven Espinoza was asked about Devin Haney versus Tank Davis. He said, I don't see why that fight can't happen. He says, I don't see why it can't happen next. He says, that's definitely a possibility. He said he hasn't talked to Tank about his next opponent option yet, though. Right? But he says that it's a possibility. Now, that's great news. I'm glad Steven Espinoza is being more open to the idea of Gervonta Davis versus Devin Haney, because in years past, Steven Espinoza used to shoot down that fight. Him and Leonard Ellerbe would shoot down the idea of Devin Haney versus Gervonta Tank Davis. They would complain about money and all this nonsense. But I'm glad Devin Haney has done wonders and has worked himself into position to where he is now a wanted man in every direction. he has a fight, and that's beautiful. You got Sir Cap-a-Lot, Shakur Stevenson, pretending like he wants to fight, but that's not gonna happen. Bobby Arum know that. Shakur know that. Everybody knows Shakur and Devin Haney fight is not happening yet. It might happen at 140 in the next few years, but it's definitely not happening at 135. Shakur Stevenson's putting together a nice bluff for the people, for the people who want to see the theatrics and want to make it look like, oh, Shakur. The people who care about winning the battle of public opinion, who looks flashier, who looks cooler when they score. Like in basketball, Giannis go down to the rim and dunk, it's 2 points. But if Kyrie Irving dribble between the legs 4 or 5 times and then pull up for a jumper, it's still 2 points. But Kyrie was in his bag. Ooh, he was in his bag now. He was in his bag. That's how people act. It's still 2 points. See what I'm saying? So Shakur and Teofimo are figuring out the internet game. They know they're learning how to work the internet angles, and it's very clever. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually a little proud of Teo. This was actually pretty clever, the tactic he just pulled. I didn't think he had it in him. He's gonna fool some people with this, like the Devin Haney haters and some whatever. But he's not gonna fool me or none of the people who actually been here this entire time and watched Teofimo duck Devin Haney. But this was actually a very devious, clever tactic with the help of the WBO, Teofimo Lopez, to wait to the last second and then come out and say, oh, yeah, I'm keeping my belts. So isn't it fair to say that Teofimo Lopez is Cap? Isn't it fair to say he's Sir Cap-a-Lot as well? By pretending like you're retiring and vacating your belts. And as soon as you hear that Devin Haney is going to go the WBC direction, you come out, hey, you better not run away. Hey, you better not run away. You better come see me. What you mean run away? Well, what are you talking about? This is all, listen, man, if y'all don't understand what I'm saying, this is shenanigans. All shenanigans by Teofimo Lopez. And, it's clever. It's going to make for an exciting build-up to Devin Haney versus Teofimo Lopez when that fight eventually does take place. Now, maybe the fight takes place next. Who knows? I doubt it. I think it's going to be Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis next. I think Regis Prograis will get the money he wants from Eddie Hearn. Once again, it is not, I repeat, it is not Devin Haney's team that's holding up the Regis Prograis fight. It is Regis Prograis wanting more of a guarantee from Eddie Hearn for this fight against young Devin Haney. So once they figure that out, I'm sure sometime in the next few months, we'll get Regis versus Devin the Dream Haney. Okay? And at that point, maybe we get Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney. Maybe we get Gervonta Davis versus Devin Haney. Maybe we get Gervonta Davis versus Teofimo Lopez first. I'm not sure. But regardless, I think we're in for some very exciting fights at 140. Ryan Garcia's up there now. Tank Davis will probably be up there too. And, hey, we got some good fights, man. Good fights. And I'm here for all of it. 78 Sports TV. Salute to the mighty ldbc. Y'all smash the like button. Hit the subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. And I'm up out of here. Deuces.